this is the 30th anniversary of the end of the Cold War, the historic Cold War, right? And that was a really, really important time in modern history. So we thought that since it's 3 decades already since then, it's time to revisit this event in history that has been so significant in shaping the way we understand our world today and the way we imagine futures.
The responses we received from academics, think tanks, researchers around the world was overwhelming because the topics that were covered were so diverse, from film to television to novels to science fiction to geopolitics to international relations to history.
Historians, art historians, journalists, communication specialists, political scientists, philosophers. I don't know if there's been such a conference that has included so many different disciplines.
And also covering the whole world, not a particular part of the globe.
So we had 3 really solid days of discussion and debate. One of those days was actually even dedicated purely to graduate students. So we had scholars from the very early stage of their career all the way to very well-known, established scholars participating in this discussion.
But at the same time, because there were so many themes, I can't think of another conference which is so comprehensive. There were some sessions that I attended which were in an area of which I had very little knowledge. So it was interesting to learn about new things.
I also found it extremely beneficial to think about the Cold War from the present. So on the one hand, as a historical framework, as a geopolitical framework, we can look at historically. On the other hand, to think about how the Cold War impacts us today, what elements from the Cold War are still with us.
It was really amazing that we were able to bring together 5 keynote lecturers, 7 roundtable speakers, and I think more than 60 paper givers in panels that were organized according to so many different resonant themes. It was mind-blowing in many ways.
The role I played in the conference was that I was the chair of a particular session, and it was my first time chairing, so it was very interesting and new for me, but I enjoyed that role because I was able to facilitate discussions, during the panel.
Already we are receiving emails from many contributors to the conference, especially younger academics who want their material published. And we're also planning to produce a special themed issue of an academic journal based on some of the papers presented at the conference. So that would be, again, a long-term impact, something which is in black and white. It's available for people to refer back to.
And I'm quite sure that out of these debates, we would have been able to question the desirability as well as maybe the possibility of thinking outside of the box of the Cold War narratives and the Cold War modes of thinking. And that was, I think, the most exciting thing for me. And I should say that this kind of transdisciplinary work is exactly the kind of thing that Hong Kong Baptist University excels in. And it's a great pleasure to actually be a part of this effort to convene a broad scholarship around the world that deals with this topic with such depth and breadth.